Right, welcome to part 3 of Genesis. Springyard Zone. Not quite as bad as Marble Zone, but yeah.
Well, it's got a lot more colour to it.
Yeah, this level I'll give it credit in that at least it's trying to do something. Like, fair enough that something is quite bouncy about all over the place, but it's got a concept at least rather than stand and wait for the slow moving block to go. Yeah.
Then this influenced Casino Nitrous Zone.
Pretty much, yeah. This was like the first of the obligatory casino trope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've reintroduced to Lost World.
Yeah, in a level called Frozen Factory.
Yeah, they didn't even admit it. They just said like, yeah, you're gonna have levels that don't actually relate to the name.
Yeah, that is not a selling point. Like, I know Aaron Webber is only really saying what he's been told to say, but come on, mate, you know that's bullshit. Yeah.
I don't think I'll get there. Is it coming out this year, isn't it? Or
Lost
no,
World.
it's next year?
No, it's this year.
Yeah,
Oh, is it? Oh,
It's
right.
only a few
The
weeks
game
now.
does
Is
look
it?
good.
Yeah.
But they could have actually stuck with levels
I'm
that
not
relate
sure if
to
I'll
the
actually
name
get
of the
because
areas.
the only thing I'll probably get this year, well, I am getting this year, is Arkham Origins and Pokemon Y.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So, I'm getting Lost World day one, I reckon.
Yeah.
The Wii U version at least. I'll probably get the 3DS one a bit later on.
You
'cause
getting-
money.
Pokemon Y Day 1. Yeah, have you not pre-ordered it?
I haven't
Game
pre-ordered.
thing?
I haven't pre-ordered it, but I'm gonna get it.
I haven't pre-ordered it, but I will be going to Tesco's on the day to get it.
How much?
Oh,
What's the cheapest place at the moment? Because I think
Tesco's do it quite cheap
Yeah,
on the
about
first day.
£32.
Yeah,
Oh,
they do it
so
slightly
right.
cheaper.
yeah. So that's one thing that annoys me. How many retailers and that stick to the $39.99 with every new game? Like,
Yeah,
that is extortion for a game,
Yeah.
isn't it? Remember a little while ago that when it was only like $29.99, that felt expensive, but now we're up to $39 as the kind of main,
Is that from 3DS games?
not 3DS, but like handheld games like several
Yeah.
years ago. But back when the Advance was like the big thing and that. But
Yeah, I remember it used to be £30. I remember getting Fire Red for 30 quid.
For me, £35 sounds like more or less the right price for a new game. For me, if
Yeah.
anything.
I think it depends on both the kind of game, like as well as the system, because like handheld games have traditionally been a bit cheaper than console games,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
normally because they are technically
Console
less.
games are about 40 now, aren't they?
There's-
Usually.
There's
Yeah,
less too.
Oh yeah, that's
40.
something I want to bring up. You know, the Wii U's got that download e-store.
Yeah,
Practically every single game,
it's overpriced.
yeah, and not just like a little bit overpriced either. Like I was looking at, out of curiosity, the Wind Waker remake.
Yeah.
$49.99 for a download game.
Oh,
That is
oh.
no,
You
that's
could get that for at least £35, 40 quid in a shop.
Exactly.
yeah. Why would I pay more for something that's a lesser product because I don't get a disc?
Yeah.
And,
Plus, you don't get a case.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah.
It's not.
and if your Wii U breaks,
Yeah,
there goes the game.
yeah. That is something else that's stopping me from giving Nintendo money for digital downloads because like both Microsoft and Sony managed years ago to get a digital distribution system where if you need to use a different console for some reason, you just sign in, transfer a license, and then you've got your games back. Whereas
Yeah.
Nintendo are still, I don't even think they've made it into the year
Nintendo
2000
does some
even.
stupid decisions sometimes.
yeah, like Nintendo, they're a company I constantly want to like them. I like a lot of their IPs and that, but they make some dumbass decisions.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Why? And that's the other thing I don't get with digital distribution is they're trying to make it out as though it's a better deal because you get like convenience and that, whereas some of these games are over 15 gig for a download. Like by the time that's downloaded, I could have gone down to the shop, probably down to a Blockbuster or something, bought the game, got home, probably had something to eat in it
Yeah.
because like no matter how much you
Think
go on
about
about
life.
convenience and that, it's going to take longer on practically any connection in this country at least.
I always thought
Talk
like
better now, how?
if you were to like see the games downloadable and then just think, you know what, I don't want to download it, I'll just go out and buy it. And then suddenly the console switches on, and then you just see it going, you don't want to go outside, you want to stay in and do nothing.
Oh yeah, I saw something
Please
that
download.
kind of pissed me off a while back. Well, it's this week actually. Sony have revealed the file size for their new Killzone game on the PS4.
Oh,
You
right.
want to take a stab?
25 gig.
No, higher.
3.
50.
Alright.
This game's
that
going
was
to be
my
a
next guess.
This game is going to be a 50 gig download, and I don't see
Hell,
like that will completely ruler the connections of most people in this country. And I think even like places like Japan and that, where they're miles ahead of us in terms of internet connections and that's still got to be a while for them. This isn't the future. Sitting and waiting for a slow crawling bar to cross the screen isn't the future.
It's gonna take ages.
I thought that was always part of a minigame.
Well, most games now they take 7 gig, don't they? Or something
Yeah,
like
to an
7.
extent, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Anyway, I've finished ranting about one thing and I've got to turn back round and look at this sodding game.
Isn't your life just full of wonders?
I
Yeah.
know you guys aren't really too worried about like the Xbox One and PS4, but
Yeah.
I think with that I'm gonna get a PS4 because for one, I originally said I wouldn't get an Xbox One, and I know they've took all the stuff
Yeah,
and
but
they've gone back on what they said, but I'd be a hypocrite if I bought it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like my problem with Microsoft right now is that although they've reversed things and that was based on fan feedback,
Yeah.
you have to think about the fact that they've had a board of directors sit down and deliberately decide to screw over consumers in the first place.
Yeah. I
This
know.
is the kind of company we're working with here, and do we really want to have to bitch and whine on the internet every time they announce a new feature because it's going to have these kind of decisions behind it?
The thing is that I hate the people who actually accepted the changes.
Yeah,
Saying like, this is the future, this is going
Idiots.
to make it better, but all of these people are just
you're gonna be
babies
at a
and nostalgia
disadvantage.
fags.
Yeah.
If you're a really hardcore gamer, you're going to be at a disadvantage because it's just, at first it seemed like a massive entertainment package. It still is really in a way, but they've improved it. But still, I won't get it.
Yeah, if only people had some other kind of device in their homes that they could watch TV with.
What would they
Television.
call it though?
Yeah.
Television.
You could make money off of this.
Yeah, I know, right? The random pop-in block. I love that. Like, it's just out of nowhere, just random block pop up. Because
This is Act 2, isn't it?
I've lost count.
I think this
right.
is Act 2.
I don't know. This is another one of them levels
You're
where they all kind of look
right.
the same.
You're 1 minute 29 seconds in, this is Act 2.
Oh yeah, I can't be sure. Remember the slowdown. But yeah, this is another set level that kind of got recycled a lot throughout the acts in Sonic 1. Because like, look, we've had sections like this before in the last act. This might actually be Act 3 actually.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. It's like, it's again, you're in this kind of tunnel area with these spike balls moving backwards and forwards. We've done this, and like this section.
The only thing with the zone is just the new added feature with the springs and when you go in the arc, the physics.
Yeah.
And
But
colour.
Yeah. See like that.
That was at the beginning of the first act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do people say that Sonic 1 has such great level design and that? It hasn't.
Especially
That
something
came in.
reused in level.
Yeah, one of those things, that thing above you that's
Yeah.
moving back and forth, one of them just suddenly rendered itself in.
Oh yeah, it is Act 3 because it's
It
the
is.
boss.
Oh,
It shows how
Wow.
much attention we've been paying to this.
yeah. Well, it isn't really our fault. It's,
This game, it's boring.
Yeah,
It's not our fault, you made
Anyway.
us lose attention. Oh my god!
They've made, because of the screen crunch, the main gimmick of this boss is irrelevant.
And he's moving so slowly.
Yeah, because
By the
like,
time he does that, you've practically killed him.
yeah. Now look, what if I stay
Well,
on
not
top of
killed
him
but
here?
you've defeated him.
Yeah. Look.
Eggman always survives.
He's nearly dead.
It's like glitching there. Midair.
Come on, this is sad.
That's it.
Oh my! He got one block. Eggman, are you even trying here, mate? Yeah.
My master plan. I know how to defeat Sonic.
I'm
by
disappointed
moving
at his lack of effort.
infinitely slower than Sonic.
No, this is something else. This is. This is something else entirely.
I could imagine that level actually being somewhat of a slight challenge when it was originally made.
It was an interesting boss in Sonic 1 because like it brings Spike down, it'd take away the platform and you'd have to hit him as he comes down and you'd have the time limit because if he takes away all the platforms you'd drown, you die. But yeah, there was nothing to that.
Terrible.
Yeah. One hit KO.
15th anniversary, and that's what he gets.
Released on the same day as Sonic 06.
Oh god.
Yeah.
That says a lot.